Not all soul portals lie in the sky. Some are closer, so close they go unseen. They hide deep within the flesh, where doctors see tissue but the soul perceives sanctuary. Among them is one overlooked by science's functional gaze yet guarded as a sacred secret by ancient cultures: the psoas. Before starting this video, remember to subscribe and give it a like. This muscle is no ordinary muscle. It's a taut thread between root and heart, an inner cord that resonates when the soul wants to speak. Anatomy tells us it links the lumbar vertebrae to the femurs, essential for walking, standing, moving. But the ancients knew something more. It's also essential for ascending. When the psoas relaxes, light is released. When it awakens, the body sinks. Imagine a door deep within your abdomen that opens not with keys, but with breath, attention, and silence. A door that's been there since the beginning, waiting for you to cross it. The psoas is that door. Modern science is only beginning to glimpse its ties to the nervous system, the diaphragm, the gut. But those who've walked the inner path know something else lives there. A spark. When the psoas is blocked, contracted, rigid from fear or neglect, the body becomes a prison. Fatigue, uncaused anxiety, the sense of being disconnected from your center arise. But suffering isn't just physical. The soul, imprisoned and contained, suffers too. Sometimes we don't understand subtle sadness or unremembered nostalgia. It's because the body stores what the mind cannot process. The psoas holds it all. It's the emotional archive of our roots, unnamed fears, primal alarms, even ancestral traumas. It's an anchoring place in the soul's memory. And like any sacred site, it demands respect. When someone begins working with it, not through force but through listening, something shifts. The body ceases to be the enemy. A trembling sense of fully inhabiting it emerges. Untitled emotions surface. Tears flow that seem to have no source. Yet they heal. Because the psoas doesn't activate through technique. It activates through presence. Some report that during breathwork they feel a current moving up their spine, a gentle, ascending warmth. Others speak of visions, dreams, memories not their own yet belonging to them. That is the psoas, a channel between the visible and invisible, between what we've lived and what's ready to be released. This deeply hidden muscle responds to more than stretching. It responds to the sincerity of your intention, the gentleness of your movements, your willingness to surrender, not to pain but to the mystery of your own body. That's why ancient sages didn't explain it. They danced it, breathed it, invoked it. They knew the fire at the base of the spine awakens not by force but by ritual. That same energy sought in distant temples burns at your center, waiting for your gaze, waiting to be remembered. And when you do look, with humility, inhaling deeply and directing attention to that silent space between navel and hips, a sacred event unfolds. It's as if an invisible candle is lit, and in its flame you begin to see, to perceive what was always there. You realize you don't need to climb mountains to find the divine. Sometimes you only need to close your eyes and listen to the muscle that holds you. The psoas, the muscle called of the soul, isn't just tissue. It's an oracle. And whoever learns to read it also learns to remember who they are and where they've come from. When the soul seeks ascent, it looks for a channel. That channel isn't outside in temples or on peaks. It's within. It begins at the root, winds up the spine, and awakens when the body remembers how to breathe with intention. The psoas, that deep guardian, responds to breath, but not just any breath. It responds to sacred breathing. Imagine inhaling from the base of your spine, drawing not only air but light. A soft, warm light as if the universe were pouring itself into you. On the exhale, that light rises, sweeps, cleanses. It travels through dormant energy centers, ignites ancient memories. This is not mere physical exercise, it's a ceremony. Because by breathing this way, you touch the root of your inner fire. The ancients knew this. They chanted mantras, traced circular pelvic movements, visualized spirals of energy coursing through their bodies. It wasn't technique, it was presence. The psoas awakens when the soul participates, when the muscle is honored as an altar, not a target. Then something changes, the body becomes a bridge, not a boundary. And across that bridge, ascent begins. The fire awakens. It doesn't burn, it transforms. Where raw desire once lived, creativity is born. Where instinct reigned, wisdom emerges. The energy coiled at the spine's base travels up to the heart and beyond, stirring what was dormant. It's as if a flame moves within, lighting forgotten temples. Some feel warmth. Others, a subtle expansion. Sometimes tears, sometimes soft laughter, often profound silence. A silence so deep it seems to hold all answers. Because when the psoas fire rises, the mind no longer commands, it witnesses. And in that state, the soul takes the helm. Their true alchemy happens. When body aligns with intention, when every cell listens to the same melody, when sexual energy stops seeking outward and becomes vision, art, prayer, what was impulse becomes purpose, anxiety becomes clarity, the physical becomes sacred. This isn't a mystical feat reserved for few. It's available to anyone who pauses, breathes, honors. Because the Psoas, when respected, reveals its secrets. It shows you how to inhabit your body like fertile soil. It reminds you that you're not broken, just disconnected. You don't need more, you need return to yourself. Step by step, breath by breath, the soul ascends, not to escape matter but to fully inhabit it. And the Psoas, that deep muscle, becomes the golden cord through which the divine descends, and from which you finally rise. Once your inner fire is lit and energy begins to ascend from the deepest roots, a moment arrives when learning gives way to integration. It's no longer about seeking answers externally or chasing extraordinary experiences. The journey shifts to everyday life, to the simple, to the body as sacred home, not obstacle. Awakening the Psoas isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new way of being. You don't walk the same. You don't breathe or speak the same. Presence becomes more rooted, gentler, truer, as if something within remembered its purpose and chose to remain alive with dignity and love. Then the body reveals itself as a temple, not a place you visit but one you embody. Every daily gesture, every breath, every movement becomes ritual. Consciousness no longer observes from outside, it dwells within. Working with the Psoas leads you to this, finding the divine in the simple, in morning silence, in the way your foot meets the ground, in how you hold yourself when you cry. It's no longer about doing more but being more authentic, more available to yourself, more aligned with what you feel and who you are. And it all begins with a silent decision, to listen. To listen to your body as if before an ancient teacher, to hear its tensions, pauses, yearnings, imposing nothing, simply accompanying. Because when you honor the body this way, the soul feels at home. This is true alchemy, not changing who you are but allowing who you are to bloom. If you've made it this far, if you've breathed with presence, if you've allowed yourself to feel, you've already begun. No matter how deep you think you've gone, the essential spark is lit. And that fire, though small, won't go out. Because it is memory, the memory that you're not broken, that your body is not an enemy, that your soul is not lost. It only waits for you to offer attention, tenderness, respect each day. No complex rituals needed. Simply walk with an open heart, breathe with purpose, inhabit yourself with love. Because when you honor your body, you honor life. And when you light your own light, others begin to see more clearly too, as if one spark could restore memory to an entire forest. So return. Return to yourself, to your root, to your center. Trust that everything you need to illuminate your path already resides within you. It only awaits remembrance. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. See you in the next video.